Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a story of ambition, strategy, and global power plays, the race for 5G dominance. This isn't just about faster downloads, it's about the very foundation of our future economy, from smart cities to advanced manufacturing. So, how did one company surge ahead, and how did the world react? Let's break it down. The story really begins with two very different ways of thinking about technology. In some countries, particularly in the West, the market-led model was king. Private companies drove innovation, while the government mostly played referee, setting regulations. This created incredible innovation in specific areas, like software and high-end components. But another major economy took a completely different path, the state-supported model. They declared 5G a national priority. The government threw its full weight behind its leading firms, giving them massive support and a huge, protected home market to build scale. This allowed their champion to compete on a global scale with aggressive pricing and incredible efficiency. So, how did this one firm expand its reach so effectively? It was a masterclass in strategy. First, competitive pricing. Thanks to massive economies of scale and vertical integration, meaning they made everything from their own chips to the software, they could offer complete network packages at prices that were hard for rivals to match. For a telecom operator, getting everything from one vendor was just simpler and cheaper. Second, they provided a complete end-to-end solution. While competitors might have a fantastic antenna or a great piece of software, this firm offered the whole enchilada. It was a one-stop shop for building a national network. Third, they played the long game. Long before 5G was even a buzzword, this company was on the ground in developing nations, building 3G and 4G networks. They built relationships and even offered financing. When it was time to upgrade to 5G, who do you think those countries called? The company that was already there. And finally, they poured money into research and development, becoming a huge player in setting global tech standards. They weren't just following the rules, they were helping to write them. So, what were other nations doing? Well, many corporate and political leaders were focused elsewhere, on consumer tech like apps and smartphones. They may have underestimated just how strategic network infrastructure would become. There wasn't a single company that could offer the same kind of integrated, all-in-one package. But then, a shift happened. As the world woke up to 5G's importance, a big reassessment began. Questions started to pop up about the risks of having the world's critical communication networks built by a single company with close ties to a strategic competitor. The game was about to change. The policy response was swift and multi-pronged. First came the diplomatic push, with nations advising their allies to think carefully about security when choosing their 5G suppliers. This had mixed results, as different countries had different priorities. Then came the heavy hitters, trade and technology measures. These policies restricted the firm's access to critical technologies, especially advanced semiconductors. This had a massive impact, particularly on their popular smartphone business. Finally, there was a push to promote a new idea: Open RAN, or Open Radio Access Network. The goal is to create a more diverse and competitive market by allowing network components from different vendors to work together seamlessly. It's a long-term strategy to avoid future dependency on any single supplier. So, where does that leave us today? The competitive landscape has found a new, more fragmented equilibrium. On one hand, the policy measures successfully curbed the firm's global expansion in many key markets. But, on the other hand, that company is still a dominant force. It's deeply entrenched in its huge home market and many other regions, and it's smartly pivoting to new business areas. The race for 5G leadership shows us that technological dominance isn't just about having the best gadget. It's a complex dance of industrial strategy, global supply chains, and political power. The initial advantage was won by a clear, state-backed vision, but the response showed that strategic policy can fundamentally reshape the global tech landscape. What do you think is the next chapter in this global tech race? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you found this interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. See you in the next one.